we've had Coach Kenny Parker, Cascade, Jim Carr of Franklin County, Greg Wine of Siegel, Jason Hardy of Shelbyville, Dickie Brown, all of York Institute. We got about 4 or 5 minutes left in the show, and we've decided that we're going to spend this last segment talking about what struck us this weekend. Is that the right way to say it? We never did come up with a name for it, did we, Peter?
We need a name, and obviously I've learned everything when this show has some kind of theme music. We need some music to go with it.
Yeah, we'll have to work on some theme music for that, and we'll have to work on a name. So, folks, if you want to hit us up on Twitter, Friday Night Thunder, Peto's been tweeting as I talk to the coaches, and we've been tweeting out scores all night, and we will tweet out scores tomorrow. There's several games Saturday, and Ixley even a Sunday game. So hit us up with those suggestions, and on Facebook. You can hit us up on Facebook as well. What we were surprised about. First of all, I'll go first. Signal Mountain loses again. They're 0-2.
You stole mine. I mean, 0-2 for those guys is definitely not familiar territory since Bill Price arrived, and since the TSSAA thing they ran into last year, and now an 0-2 start this year. Things off to kind of a crash and burn start for Signal Mountain. All right, I don't know if I'm surprised, but impressed by what DeKalb County's done through 2 games. 50-0 and 65-0. I mean, starting off 2-0 is good. Starting off 2-0 with some routes is good, but 115-0 through 2 weeks is pretty good. Yeah, that's a statement right there. Kind of along those lines, to a certain degree, Siegel. 53-7 last week, I think it was, and then 49-0. And the 49 tonight was without their starting quarterback. One of the dandy dozen in the state of Tennessee, one of the better quarterbacks in Middle Tennessee. Siegel now, what would that be, 102-7 in 2 games? And you heard Donnie Honey, the color guy for WYTM, make this statement. This is the best Siegel team he's ever seen. Yeah, I tweeted that. I like that quote because Siegel's had some good teams the last few years. Another one that got me was, I don't know if it's so much a surprise. District 6 AAA has caught some flack since the realignment for it being one of the weaker districts in the state, and really until they can change anything to prove different. 0-10 start for District 6 AAA teams. 0-5 again this week. And, Cookeville, you thought, had the best shot in that group. Maybe Coffee County over Cumberland County, but Cookeville falls to Tullahoma 37-24, and Coffee County falls to Marshall County 27-8, and nobody else was really close. Warren County, it looks like they're going to struggle again this year. 0-10 last year. They're off to an 0-2 start this year. They fall to Shelbyville. Now, granted, Shelbyville's a good football team.
Yep. 2-0 team, Marion County. They defeated Bledsoe County tonight, 39-38. Coach Mac McCurry, I don't remember the record that Marion County had last year, but I think they only had 1 or 2 wins. I think 2. They've already got 2 wins in the first 2 weeks. They're much improved and really resilient, coming back and getting a late win.
Giles County 2-0 for the first time since 2008. I guess that's just not surprising that they're 2-0 because they have a good football program there under Coach O'Connor, but just the fact that they haven't been 2-0 since 2008. They beat Lawrence County tonight 37-0.
Cascade 14-6 tonight. They came from behind to win last week. They came from behind to win this week.
Freshman quarterback this week too, right?
Yeah, and after the quarterback goes out, and their running back, the stud running back Creed Rose, is just a sophomore. If this was the helmet stickers segment, I would have to give a helmet sticker to the Cascade champions. Kenny Parker does a great job with those champions, and when I went and saw them at practice, he and his assistant coaches were talking about, I think they dressed 50 kids and 30 of them were underclassmen, sophomores or freshmen.
I watched Creed Rose when he was at Cascade Middle run all over Westwood Junior High just up the street here. I know Chad Dyer has nightmares about him. He's a good athlete. I haven't seen him play since he got up to the high school level. I know you've seen him practice a little bit, but he's a good player, and Cascade's a good program.
Good size, too. You got another one?
No, you ran me out.
I got one more.
Got one more?
Greenville. Greenville loses tonight, and you might say, well, Greenville, I don't know where Greenville is. Well, Greenville's up in East Tennessee. They are the defending 4A state champions. They are 0-2 tonight. 0-2. They lose again tonight, and I lost my place here on the scoreboard. I'll look that up in a little bit. But a defending state champion, they will actually play Franklin County. They will host Franklin County later on this season in a non-district game. But Greenville, 0-2 on the year, and somebody tweeted earlier, it's best 0-2 team in the state of Tennessee. Huh. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Friday Night Thunder. For Brian Markham, for Rob Clutter, for Danny Catalano, and Josh Peterson, I'm Dennis Weaver, thanking each of them. And we all thank you for listening. Next week, it's district football action. We'll have a bunch of great district games, and we'll get to see where some of these teams go after 3 weeks of competition. Until then, check us out at FridayNightThunder.com.